The Fable of the Dragon. This one's going to be a puzzler, my friend. The path to master scribing seems to be a winding one, eh? Fable missing something. Not quite right. It stood out because we found copies of the Fable of the Dragon all over the library. We couldn't tell which one was Ulfsild's annotated copy because I think it's about the dragon, but I could be wrong. I love puzzles, but Ulfsild's echo said some pretty cryptic stuff. The others and I are trying to look at the Fable of the Dragon the way you do. You know, deciphering locations from the text. In case you need, I love them! Julian hates them. Laren seems indifferent, and Nod says he likes them, but I think he was just trying to be nice. How do you feel about them? Do you? You seem the type. Even still, if you need my help or just want...
The dragon, you must choose your words carefully. If she asks if you are my inheritor, do not agree or disagree. Insist upon taking her trial. Then, seek my annotated fable as a meeting of many paths, a room full of doors with no hinges.
You listened to the echo? I think she's talking about the portal room, but we searched it 3 times over. The antechamber to the main hall is a portal room, not just because it's convenient, but because it was easy. Be good at what you do, my mother always used to say. Even if it's not your calling.
You're on the path to meet the dragon. This luminary was a real challenge for Ulfsild, and might prove the same. The monastery Dokrin can be found southwest of Grand Ral Ka on a crescent moon of water. I don't...
I've never seen a dragon myself, but I've seen the damage they can cause. As it happens, I'm studying to pick up to Agra as a second tongue. Just...
I won't lie. I was envious that you had first rights to exploring this place with Nalia, to restoring the altar. Especially, there's a village called Willow Grove in the south of Reaper's March. As you can imagine, it's near a large grove of willows. I don't know. Probably not in the village itself.
Any luck finding what you need? Anything I can do? Can I see the annotations? Here, Kaj Rawlith. That's an old ruin site in northwestern Reaper's March. Fort Grimwatch is built over it now. No, don't tell me, I want to guess. What has a wide mouth, yet never speaks with its own voice? It's a well, right? Because then I suppose we're both right. Perhaps there's a few potential answers these...
These little fetchers will infest anything if you let them run wild. Guess this is a fight now. This is all I ever do.
The moon hallowed. Bright moons guide you on your path, hallowed.
At last. Let's see how clever you are, mortal. Mortal, let us dispense with pleasantries. You are here to master scribing, to amplify the power of the altar and walk in the footsteps of the Archmagus Ulfsild. In short, her inheritor. Do I have that right? Fascinating. I sensed the power of the Indrik about you, so clearly you're here seeking my approval. In a way, that's acting as Ulfsild's inheritor. Can we at least agree on that? Very well. Have it your way. Inheritor or not, we'll have ample opportunity to see what kind of mind you have in there. Place my Fable upon the dais to connect my wing to the Scholarium once more. We rejoin the Scholarium as it should be. Let's converse. Mortal, it's been some time since I had the pleasure of real conversation. I may have begun this relationship on the wrong wing. What do you say we begin again? I am endlessly fascinated by the world inside the mind. The universe within. I want to see if you have a mind for riddles. I've written a series that will whet your appetite for greater challenges to come. If you could... Ulfsild struggled with my puzzles alone. It was her choice, but it made her miserable. You, mortal, which riddles will you solve? Huh? Which ones will you seek help to solve? What is the shape of your mind? There is beauty to this countenance, is there not, huh? If I must. The others are a pompous old goat with an inferiority complex. We're immortal beings made from magic itself. What responsibility? A grizzled old knight who's fallen from his horse one too many times. A vacuous gasbag with pretensions of do-goodery. A grizzled old knight who's fallen from his horse one too many times. His lasting accomplishments can be counted on one claw. Even if your allies tell you the answers, you'll still need to complete the tasks yourself.
How go your dealings with the dragon? Any more riddles to solve? Interesting. Not quite what I expected. The riddle of the hunt here sounds like she wants you. The riddle of the battle has you slaying not just monsters, but the strongest foes in all of Reaper's March. You may...
Oh, no. You're going to ask me to help you with whatever that is you're holding there, aren't you? It's not a riddle, is it? Let me see. The riddle of the game. Prestige and patron's love. That sounds like you need to beat someone in a Tales of Tribute match. And before you ask, no.
Nali has opened up quite a lot recently. I can't tell if it's because of the riddles, the work in the Scholarium at large, or because of you. Whatever the reason, I'm glad to see her in such high spirits. Happy to. Riddle of the Rich seems straightforward. You're looking for...
You know, I'd like to find a way to help out around here. Everyone's got their... Delightful! This Riddle of War here, that must be Cyrodiil. I interpret this to mean you're hunting...
The dragon's challenges were particularly taxing for Ulfsild. I hope you're not losing... Interesting. I wonder why she didn't recommend the same to Ulfsild. The Riddle of the Moon. You may remember Dokrin Monastery from the Fable. A unique flower blooms there. I believe that's what you're...
Merchandise. Buying, selling, I've got what you need.
Finest quality merchandise.
Buying and selling.
Only the finest wares here.
Finders keepers, as they say.
Done for us.
Still here. Thanks for asking. Watching. Never used to fight this much, until I met you.
You return. Echoes of your success precede you. Your choices, the riddles you sought solutions to, were quite instructive. Gave me an intriguing peek within your mind. Riddles are a way to explore the way another creature thinks. A stone thrown into the pool of thought. That is your shrewdly impossible riddle. One I cannot solve. And yes, the riddle must have an... I've already given you clues. But while Ulfsild toiled alone, that was her choice. With your allies at your side, seek understanding of my mind. Craft a riddle I can, of course. But each of us judges a mortal's worth on our own terms. Firstly, that riddle has an answer. That's a very mortal viewpoint. Our minds are not so dissimilar.
been dying to ask you about your trial. Please tell me the dragon gave you some sort of riddle to solve. I'm right here if you need me. Amazing, just like the Fable. And do you remember when I said I thought part of it was missing? I think that was the missing piece. The dragon in the story asks Misby to come up with a riddle so clever, not even the gods could guess it. It's been years since I read it. I just can't remember. Wait, that's right. I didn't read it. A fantastic idea. Maybe it's transcribed somewhere. Let me ask around and see what I can find. In the meantime, you should talk to the crow. Ulf...
That look on your face. The dragon gave you her trial, didn't she? Just to warn you, there's no way the dragon will accept Ulfsild's riddle as your own. But I'm sure it would help to see the approach she took. That's excellent. I'd go looking for a focal point near the echo you accessed earlier. If I...
If you're hearing this, it means you found my false book. Cleverly done. And I'm glad to see you. Since the dragon gave me her trial, I was in the midst of research on the origins of the luminaries. These ideas mingled in ways Whatever your answer was, it was just one of many that might solve that simple question. I, in turn, might have said gratitude or affection. I left behind notes on my process at Doval Shrine in Elsewhere. Hopefully, they're still there.
Adventurer! I found you! And here I was worried I'd be finding you at a dead end. What did Ulfsild's echo have to say? Wow, that's a long way from here. If you're up for it, how about I create a portal for us and come along? I can open the way for you if the trail leads... I really do. Look, I know you can handle yourself even without a Knight of the Lamp. I'll focus on research and support. But this trial is fascinating. And if I can be of service, then... well, that's why I took up with the Order in the first place. This place is massive. Oh, and so beautiful. Go on ahead. I'll be right behind you. Laren would kill me if I didn't take a few rubbings before we leave. climbed up here, full plate armor on. Huge mistake. Looks like you found something at least. Listen, I climbed plenty of trees back home, and I'm nothing if not committed. Let's not talk about it. Let me see. The Luminaries all have different opinions on... Sunamir, the study, the ruins where you and I met. That was Ulfsild's study. Huh. If she has any note... One portal to Ulfsild's ancient study coming right up. At least we won't have to do any climbing this time. Let's go. Sunamir. I wonder what it means. I never gave it a second thought before. That's right. This portal closed once I brought the others through. That Ulfsild echo is still quiet. Is there anything else hidden around here?
To whomever follows in my footsteps, I leave behind a transcribed copy of Miss B's Fable. This should help you on your quest.
I knew I wasn't crazy about
Look
Miss
for
B.
the last of my notes in the
Not quite the welcome I was expecting. This place must have been very different back in Ulfsild's time. I'll guard your backside. Head in, and I'll be right behind you. There you are. Those are her notes. Let's get back to the Scholarium, and we can go over everything we found. That was certainly an adventure, wasn't it? A jaunt through ancient ruins to craft an unsolvable riddle. Not what I expected when I woke up this morning, but exactly what I... Let's see. Ulfsild made a riddle that started a fight among the Luminaries. Then she took cues from the Misby fable and tried to craft an impossible paradox. Ulfsild says here she told the dragon how to recognize her inheritor, but she told you not to say yes when the dragon asked. That's it! Ulfsild set this up for you all those years ago. Your riddle is, am I Ulfsild's inheritor? But that's just it! This riddle is perfect for her mind. She loves puzzles, twisting things around in her head. This is what Ulfsild's notes were pointing to. I know it. After everything we've learned about her, I don't think she would... Keep in mind, this is just what I think happened, all right? Ulfsild knew her days in the Scholarium were limited, so she left behind all the... That worked for the other Luminaries, who would test you on their own terms. Right. Ulfsild told the dragon signs to watch out for, so she would know for certain. Exactly. If the dragon says you're Ulfsild's inheritor, she answered your riddle. But you never...
You return. Carrying a riddle for me, I hope. I have been sitting here mulling what morsel you might lay at my feet, mortal. I honestly hope I am not disappointed. Out with it. What is your riddle? How do you know what Ulfsild taught me? Unless you are her inheritor. You never claimed to be. Which, from what the Archmage said, would suggest you are. If you are, then I've definitively answered your riddle. Now, if the question has an answer, you haven't brought me an unsolvable riddle. But then that would mean you aren't her inheritor. I do. You have a mind for riddles. And even from all those years ago, it's clear Ulfsild wanted you to have my support. Your wisdom and wit have proven your worth. Accept the power of the dragon, mortal, and may you prove clever enough in its use.
And with that, the power of the dragon has been restored to the altar.
Did you pass the trial? That look on your face! The riddle did the trick! Congratulations! You can never be certain things will turn out in your favor where dragons are concerned. Even if she's not a traditional dragon. Hey now, this was a team effort. And of course, Ulfsild herself set the stage for our success all those years ago. My usual day is filled with protection, patrols, and portals. This was a nice break from the usual. Incredible. With the dragon's power amplifying the altar, who knows what secrets you'll uncover out there in the world? We pulled together, solved her puzzles, and followed fully in Ulfsild's footsteps. Not bad for a night's work.
Set likes a quick study.